Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the story of a brilliant Indian scientist, Prahalad Chunnilal Vaidya, also known as P.C. Vaidya. He was a pioneer in the field of relativity and developed ideas that stood beside the work of Albert Einstein himself. But unlike other great Indian scientists, like C.V. Raman or Satyendra Nath Bose, his name has been forgotten by history. So, who was this man who challenged Einstein's theory of relativity, lived by Gandhian principles, and devoted his life to both India's freedom and the spread of science? Let's find out. P.C. Vaidya was born on the 23rd of May 1918 in Bhavnagar, Gujarat. His childhood was not easy. While he was still in 9th standard, his father passed away. On his deathbed, his father wrote a simple but powerful wish on a slate: "My children should go to college." Determined to honor this wish, young Vaidya went on to pursue higher studies. He studied at Ismail Yusuf College in Mumbai, and later joined the Royal Institute of Science, one of the premier institutions of the time. There, he earned a B.Sc. in mathematics and physics, followed by a master's in applied mathematics. But Vaidya's life wasn't just about books and equations. He was also inspired by Mahatma Gandhi and India's freedom struggle. While in Mumbai, he joined the Ahimsak Vyayam Sangh, a voluntary group committed to India's independence through non-violent resistance. Though this organization dissolved later, it showed the spirit of young Vaidya, a man who believed in serving not just science, but also his nation. In 1937, a lecture changed his life forever. Professor V.V. Nalekar, a famous Indian physicist specializing in Einstein's general theory of relativity, delivered a talk at the University of Bombay. Vaidya, sitting among the audience, was fascinated. The idea that gravity, space, and time were connected through Einstein's equations completely captured his imagination. He soon wrote to Nalekar, asking if he could join his research team. Nalekar agreed, and this began Vaidya's lifelong journey into the mysteries of relativity. Under Nalekar's mentorship, Vaidya published several research papers. But his most famous work was titled "The External Field of a Radiating Star in General Relativity." Let's break this down in simple words. The well-known Schwarzschild solution, developed earlier, described the space around a star, but it assumed that the star wasn't radiating energy. Vaidya challenged this assumption. He argued that real stars do radiate energy, such as light and heat, and so the external field could not be empty. He came up with a new solution, now known as the Vaidya Metric, which remains an important contribution in gravitational physics and cosmology even today. His work was published in world-class journals like Nature, Physical Review Letters, and Astrophysical Journal. In 1948, Vaidya completed his PhD and briefly joined the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, TIFR, in Mumbai. Later, he returned to Gujarat to teach at Vithalbhai Patel College. But teaching alone wasn't enough for him. He wanted to spread the love of mathematics and science throughout society, especially to rural India. In the 1960s, he played a key role in founding several important institutions: the Gujarat Mathematical Society, the Gujarat Ganit Mandal in 1964, the Indian Association for General Relativity and Gravitation in 1969. These organizations regularly organized events, workshops, and outreach programs, taking science beyond classrooms and into villages. His dream was simple: science must reach every corner of society. Vaidya wasn't only a scientist, he was also a gifted teacher and writer. He authored memoirs like Chalk and Duster, reflecting on his teaching life, America Ain Appen, America and Us, based on his experiences as a visiting professor at Washington State University. His colleagues and students remembered him as a humble, inspiring teacher who could make even the most complex concepts easy to understand. Despite his global recognition, P.C. Vaidya lived a very simple life. He wore khadi kurtas, a Gandhi cap, and often rode a bicycle instead of using cars. He firmly believed that true simplicity was the mark of greatness. He was a staunch Gandhian, honest, humble, and devoted to truth. He often said that the human brain was the greatest tool a mathematician could ever possess. P.C. Vaidya passed away in 2010, leaving behind a rich legacy. His contributions to relativity, especially the Vaidya Metric, are still cited and studied by scientists today. But more than just a scientist, he was a freedom fighter, a teacher, and a builder of institutions. He carried science from the lecture halls of universities to the villages of India. On his 100th birth anniversary in 2018, scholars and educators remembered him as a man who worked quietly yet powerfully, paving the way for generations of Indian scientists. So next time you hear about Einstein and relativity, remember that India too had a shining star, P.C. Vaidya, who dared to question assumptions and gave us a new way of looking at the universe. If you enjoyed this story of India's forgotten genius, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories from the world of science and history.